Okay, well, hello and welcome to Simply Subjective podcast and live show. We're live on TikTok every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm Abby. This is Who are you?
Like you guys don't already know.
Who
Yeah, no, it's Rado. You guys know I'm Rado. I'm also the co-host of Simply Subjective. I obviously am so excited that you guys are here for week 2. Welcome, and again, if you guys are with us here on TikTok Live, we always appreciate having everybody here so we can interact with our guests, and we absolutely appreciate everybody that is listening to this as a secondary in week 2 here. And again, simply subjective. The reason that we are here is exactly what you think it is. It's subjective thinking, with obviously yours truly, Rado, and this beautiful co-host of mine, Abby. If you guys don't already know or haven't figured out by slightly from episode 1, we definitely have some different opinions on things. So happy that you
a
guys are
lot of
here.
things.
Yes, we're excited. And, this is where we're going to kick it off, kind of catch up on our week. Obviously, Black Friday just happened. We had Thanksgiving. So a lot of things have happened. We took a break from last Thursday because it obviously fell on Thanksgiving. So, we got quite a bit to catch up on for sure.
Do you want to start first with how your Thanksgiving, Black Friday? Oh, look at Gloom is saying hi. She saw we were doing the intros.
This is cat numero uno. For some reason, why is it that Gloom always wants to show up at this time?
Because she's a star. She has a lot to say.
Interesting.
Huh, Gloomy, you gonna do purrs in the mic or no?
So, thank you, Gloom, for being here with us on episode 2, as always. She will continue to be our guest star for the time being. But yeah, so Thanksgiving was good. I actually got to spend it with my business partner, his wife, and then a lot of other friends I had, a lot of people that are in our town here. We got to all hang out. So we had lamb, we had turkey.
Ooh.
I mean, tons of, like, everybody brought food. And then afterwards, we started a fire outside. The weather was clear. I mean, it was a little chilly. It was probably like 30 something degrees, but
Oh my
being
God.
dry in Colorado, yeah, it was like perfect. So, I had a hoodie on, sitting by the fire, little cigarellos and some bourbon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good.
wow.
It was a good time by the fire for sure. It was
That
nice.
sounds like a nice Thanksgiving. Did you do Black Friday shopping?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I sure did. And you know what's crazy though? You know who I did Black Friday shopping for?
Who?
Myself.
Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah. I don't think I got anything for anybody else on a Black Friday or Cyber Monday.
You know what's the funniest part about that is it's the complete opposite for us. I didn't get anything for myself, but I bought Christmas presents for everyone else. So
But see, here's the thing too, is I am used to that where I like really want certain things, but I don't want people to spend that kind of money. But now here I am in this wonderful single life. Katie in chat knows she did it exactly for herself. She bought a bunch of stuff on Black Friday for herself.
Oh.
But this year I'm not going to get in trouble. Nobody's going to be like, you went ahead and bought that for yourself, because I can do it. I can buy whatever I want.
What did you buy?
Okay, so I bought some brand new snowboard boots, which I haven't had in 7 years. And what is really crazy is my old boots are really fine. But when I went and felt these new type of composite snowboard boots that a lot of people are making, one of my boots is like probably 6 or 7 pounds. These boots are like 2 pounds.
Oh, that's a nice investment.
Maybe. Yeah.
I like
so
that.
Super light. And then I splurged on some new bindings also.
Oh. You got like
when did we take up snowboarding? Sorry. Katie in chat was asking. I've been snowboarding since like 5 years old.
I hate snowboarding. I hate it so much.
I know you do. You told me how much you hate it.
it's like the worst hobby I think that I could ever do or try again. And I have all the things, because I was like, I'm gonna learn to snowboard, and then I tried
Yes.
it, and then I cried within 5 minutes, and then I decided I'm not going to snowboard. I'm not gonna be a snowboarder. So
It's not for everybody. That's fine. I get it.
I should
It can
have.
be tough.
The first sign should have been that I hate the cold. You know what was one of the worst parts about it? This is another big sign. Is just walking in the boots. I hated that. I hated walking in the boots in the snow. That was terrible. Um, Everything, every part of it. Getting off the lift, that was awful. I
Was it scary getting off the lift?
It was terrifying. And then okay. And then so the last time that I went, my friend told me that he was like, listen, this is what you got to do when you're getting off the lift. You want to like go to the side, like all the way to the side, and you're going to want the the ski lift to just kind of push you along with it, so when it turns left, you're going to like be pushing along with it, right? And I was like, that makes so much sense. That is what I'll do. So I get there and I prepare for the ski lift to push me towards the left, and instead it goes to the right. And so I'm like against it, fighting for my life against the ski lift because I thought we were going left and it's going to the right. And Alex is like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? And I go flying face first, and then the guy's yelling at me to get out the way because suddenly there's other people trying to get off right where I am. I'm like dragging myself with the board because the ski lift
You're
went the
that
wrong way.
okay. You're that person on the
That
ski.
was the start of it. I
They had
That
to,
wasn't
did they
even me
stop it?
trying. No,
They
no,
just slowed it
everyone
down a
is
little
coming
bit?
at me and just yelling at me.
Okay.
That's also another thing. When a person is stressed, don't yell at them. I was like crying already at that point.
Well, that's unfortunate that you're crying. But here's a thing that I want to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
So when you were getting on the chairlift
Mm-hmm.
and the chairlift direction that it went, did it go from like left to right and up when you were getting on, or was it like one that came down kind of on your right and went towards up on your left arm?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Because like usually whichever way that is
Mm-hmm.
the way the chairlift is gonna go.
Yeah, no, I see. So here's the thing. I was so stressed this entire day about it. So like there were not like logical thoughts going through my brain. Like I just
You're just like turn
listened
left,
to like
turn left,
my friend
turn
is
left.
like, yeah, I listened to like my friend being like, go left, and I was like, okay, he said go left. This is what you're gonna do. And then not thinking that I should like look at the direction. I was like blacked out, I felt like, because I was just so stressed. So
Were you also looking at your feet when you were trying to get off?
I don't even probably. I don't even know
Yeah,
what I was. I couldn't even see. I was just crying.
just pure panic.
Yeah. So
I'm
that's
sorry, that's
why I hate
unfortunate.
snowboarding. I know. Yeah. Rado bringing up Black Friday, buying all the snowboarding things just brought up all my trauma. I had to get it out a little bit.
Listen, I remember the trauma and how upset you were. That I do remember. However, you would have not had that kind of experience if you had gone with me. I probably would have known the correct direction, first of all, to tell you. So I don't think that
Hmm.
was your fault because you obviously were in
Well,
pure chaos.
here's the thing too is the thing was is that Alex told me not to listen to my friend, so he wasn't even thinking that I was in my head, I'm all, nah, he's got like he's got a logical, explain, this is gonna be good.
He's
I'm
right. You
like,
let the chair push you forward,
and
but you
then
wrong direction.
so Alex wasn't thinking that I was gonna do that, so when he saw me, he's like, what are you doing? I'm just like pinned against it, like with my
At least,
body just,
at least you didn't like hold on to it and it like go and you're like dangling and like then
I
you
just
have
like
to stop it.
snowball down the hill.
Yeah. And it sucks too because like when you're not used to snowboarding and you have one foot in a snowboard and one foot that's not, what happens is people try to start running. Is that what you, they eat shit. is what
Dude,
happens. They go to like run and they have traction on one foot and then the other foot's like sliding out. So they're like doing this like motion and then they eat shit.
it was all bad. It was all bad.
Yeah.
I forgot that was another terrible thing. I hated the 1 foot in and 1 foot out sliding towards the stupid lift. I was like, I hate all of this. And that was
It's
all before I tried going down the hill snowboarding. If you want to feel like the biggest failure ever, try to take up snowboarding. The rest of the drive, like after that, the drive home, I was like depressed because I just felt like I was a failure
Did you
and it was
drive home
terrible.
like staring out the window the whole time?
Yeah, just silence. Alex and I did not talk. I had cried so much that day and I was like, I, I can't talk right now.
That's horrible. That is such a horrible experience. But that's
Yeah.
how you kind of start out, and then it does get better. Were you scared going into the line? Were you like sliding into
I
people?
was terrified the whole way. I hated it.
Yeah.
I felt like I had no balance. I hated it all. Here's the other thing though, I will say, because I did try snowboarding. That was my second time trying. I tried snowboarding once when I'm trying to think, like 6 years ago, and I was a lot better at it then. Whereas this time around, I think the reason why I was so bad and I was so scared is because of the fact that I've been in a car accident and it messed up my back really bad. So falling was like very terrifying for me because I did not want to mess up my back again because I knew the process of like everything that happened and my back's just like never been the same. So I was like really scared of doing that. So I think that's why like
Yeah.
I was just like frozen up there, just like crying.
What about
So
skiing? Would you go skiing?
hell no. I don't want to do any
Okay.
of it.
No
I'm
snow
done.
events.
I'm done with that.
No
That's
snow. Okay.
no.
Well, I'm sorry to bring up the trauma, but I did get some
It's
really
okay.
cool bindings also.
That's good. That's exciting for you.
And well, yeah, especially because I'm getting older. And let me tell you all something. When you get to a spot where you got to sit down and buckle your foot in and you're not flexible like me,
Mm.
it becomes a breather to buckle your other foot in and like get it solid. And then when you're done, I'm like out of breath. So I bought these sweet step-in bindings that literally
Oh,
the ankle part like or the whole back end comes out, and they used to have like clickers or step-ins. Like Burton makes a really cool step on where your binding is connected to your boot to give you support, and then you step in and it clicks in. I was gonna buy them the last couple years and I kept postponing because like everything was fine with my bindings. Like there's a lot of money. Well, these other bindings came out where literally the binding's still connected, but they have this lever that pushes your front bindings out and your back um, guard for your calf comes out also. So you just put your foot in, step down, and everything tightens automatically around your whole
that's
foot.
nice.
Yeah, and I'm glad because there was some complaints about your toe edge, like with just clips on them. Like people were still getting lift and weren't getting the solid connection with their board that they wanted. So I'm glad I waited because they were hella expensive. They were like
That's exciting.
$400 for my bindings.
That's
So I splurged. I definitely splurged a little bit for Black Friday.
well, that's good. I'm glad you got some really good things for yourself.
Yeah, yeah, and then I got stuff for the Rebels, the metal sign.
Oh,
So
oh, that's right. I
yeah,
did see the
so a
middle
few of
sign.
those things. So that's really about it.
I love that. That's amazing. I just bought Christmas presents for mainly it was more so like I don't know. Yeah, just like more like stocking stuffer type things and just like they weren't like big Christmas presents, but that was really it. It wasn't that exciting.
Nothing crazy. Not you
No.
didn't buy anything big on Black Friday.
No, the only thing that like I guess would be kind of technically big wasn't even like a Black Friday sale. I bought a Nintendo Switch for Alex for
Oh,
his
perfect. We were talking
birthday.
about that. I didn't know that was a thing though. That you just got it.
Yeah, I bought it for Alex for his birthday and then I was like, I think I'll use this. So, um I'm gonna start
That's
using it.
perfect.
But it wasn't even
What?
on sale. It was on sale anywhere. So it was just
Right.
I bought
So
it on Black Friday hoping it would or I guess the Cyber Monday, but regardless, yeah.
here's what I'm just glad you brought that up. Before we get into the questions that you guys send us to either our email or to the DMs, I want to bring up one thing about Black Friday.
Mm,
If you look everywhere, people are making videos everywhere. If you look at everything that people posted, there weren't any crazy good deals for Black
that's
Friday
true.
or Cyber Monday. And the deals that were out there, 10%, 15, 20, they've been like going all year. And the stuff that
Mm-hmm.
I bought, you want to know what's crazy? My boots, didn't get a discount on them, paid full price. My bindings,
Oh,
didn't get a discount on them, had to pay full price. And literally, both of these places, these websites, gave me 30% coupon for doing this. Another one gave me a 30% coupon. But guess when I went to use them? Not for the snowboard gear. Like if you want to buy like hats and clothes
yeah.
and shoes, but all of the actual shit that's expensive, no deal.
I agree. And I've seen so many people talking about this, and I saw a bunch of memes and stuff that's like, they were like funny one that's like, I miss the days when I was like fighting a grandma for a laptop that was 95% off or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
and it's so true that like people used to like line up at like doors and stuff to like the night before or the day before. And then now that just like doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah,
It's
I think
depressing.
with the transition and obviously the pandemic, all that stuff, I think we're like to that point where like, I mean, everything's been empty this year on Black Friday. And I saw the transition coming from like literally Black Friday to Cyber Monday. When Cyber Monday started being a thing, that was when I decided like, cool, I'm really not going to do Black Friday anymore. I'll wait for Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
And now it's just all blended. Black Friday is Cyber Monday, just
I know. They
Cyber
don't do
Friday.
anything different.
Yeah. No, that's great.
It is.
Perfect. Anything else you want to share with your crazy week before we jump into some of these questions?
No, let's do
Okay.
it.
Again, guys, so if you guys want to DM, it's probably easier for you. But if you follow the Simply Subjective Instagram page, you can send us DMs with questions. You'll get a good idea of what are some of the questions that we've gotten for this week. Our first week, we did a lot of questions from just TikTok viewers because we had just started our podcast. But you can also email us at simplysubjectivepodcast@gmail.com, and we will go through these. They are completely anonymous. We'll never tell anybody who they came from, so don't feel like you will ever get put on blast on the podcast.
Never. Never ever.
Should we start it off with a super crazy question right off the bat, or
Yeah.
should we ease into it?
No, let's start it off crazy.
All right, here is what I like to call the guilty pleasure. The question
Oh.
is, what's your ultimate guilty pleasure, the thing you enjoy but might not admit to everyone?
Hmm.
This is like, I don't want to admit it to everyone, and there's a reason. And why would I want to admit this on a podcast that's going to go out to who knows how many people?
What you have like a juicy guilty pleasure?
I don't know, probably. I probably have a few good guilty
I
pleasures.
feel like mine's probably not that crazy, but let's
No, I want to start with yours then. Then I can
you want to
gauge how
start with
crazy
mine?
we're. Then I can gauge
My
this.
my guilty pleasure, I feel like people are gonna be like, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I love being like, I guess I don't know how to, this isn't like a guilt. I don't think people are going to think this is crazy, but like I love when I get home from work, like sitting on the couch and like eating my dinner, like while I'm like on the couch with a bunch of blankets and watching usually Suits, but just like I love eating dinner and watching like a show. And like I rarely ever eat dinner at the like actual table. And then
I'm pretty
I'll
sure you
just
just described 95% of Americans.
really?
How
You
is that a
think?
guilty pleasure?
That's
Wrapped
what I
up
was
in
saying. I don't
blankets, eating food, watching
eating
Netflix?
dinner.
People don't even
Yeah.
buy dining tables anymore.
Are you sure?
Let, chat, can
I
we get
feel
a
like a lot
poll?
of people still use like dining tables
Katie,
and
here's the thing. In chat, Katie, can you put this the poll for eat at the dining table? See, Katie doesn't even have a dining table. Just
oh,
put eat at a dining
really?
table or bar or whatever, essentially, or eat on the couch in front
Okay.
of
Well,
normal
I
or not
didn't
normal.
see.
See,
Here's
don't,
the thing.
in
Like
chat, lady,
growing,
I don't even own a table.
I guess like I don't know, growing up like we always ate at the table.
Yeah. Oh, I get that.
But
But
in
I'm
like
talking about now. Are you seeing chat right now?
I am looking at the chat. Okay, I guess it's not a crazy guilty pleasure. I don't know what's like a crazy guilty pleasure then. That's like I guess for me like that is because I think you should be like eating at the table, but I never do. Like it almost for me
I get
feels
it.
like it's like being I don't know.
My guilty pleasure is having a piece of cheese when I get home. Like that's what I felt like that was.
That feels like another accurate thing for me. So I mean,
You know, I'm trying to think of like, yeah, guilty
what's
pleasure.
your guilty pleasure?
Listen, if it's a guilty pleasure that I don't want to admit, it probably is going to base it around some sort of food or something that I eat when I really shouldn't because am trying to be healthy or trying to
Mm-hmm.
work out or do things. Um, but one of my guilty pleasures, I'd probably say now, which actually is not that bad, but I've been in a rut right now where no matter if I'm really full or whatever, I have been craving popcorn every single
Hmm.
night, no matter what. I feel like
Is
I
this your
have to eat.
crazy guilty pleasure?
I feel like right now it's one of them. Yeah. Like I feel like I need a bag of
Okay,
popcorn
chat.
before I go to bed.
Now
I
I feel
gotta
like
have
that's
it.
not that crazy either. Like I feel like people
That's
are
like
like,
an
"Yeah, you
easy
want a
guilty
snack
pleasure.
and you like popcorn." That's not
Yeah,
that
but it's every night.
chat. Can you please help me out? If he's going to say mine is not that crazy, there's no way that's that crazy.
I,
Yeah, the chat's agreeing with
why
me.
guilty? Okay.
Yeah, like
All
popcorn's
right.
not like you acted like you were eating like a full thing of ice cream or something. And I can understand that more because it's like a ton of sugar at night, all the stuff. So I'm like, okay, I could get that if you're eating a whole carton of ice cream. But
Okay.
you acted like mine was just so ridiculously like a miss. And you're all, but I got like a crazy one. You're like, popcorn. I'm like, that's
Yo, I don't
nothing
know.
either.
I just feel like that's just like I don't, but it's like at the same time, like I don't need to eat popcorn. There's no reason that I need to eat popcorn,
It's
but I'm like,
something
I
you
need
like.
popcorn. Yeah, it's
It's
ridiculous.
not the worst
Okay.
thing you could be like snacking on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying, like, I guess another guilty pleasure essentially is that I really like being alone and not doing anything with my friends sometimes.
you're
I don't know.
you're
I
you're
just
joking.
I don't know. I just like,
That is not.
you know,
I think. Okay, I will agree that mine was not that crazy, but I started it by saying it's not that crazy. You, I think, are like really hitting, like, or missing the mark. This is the you like
listen,
what?
because there are, I'm not going to get into some other guilty pleasures. That's about as deep as I think I can go with that. That's where we'll
All
leave it.
right, I think we just need
Alone
to move
time is a
on to
guilty. Listen, this
to
is a
the
bad
next
question for me.
question.
Apparently for everybody. I like sitting in my blanket at night and eating dinner. Anyways,
Okay,
okay. All
do you
right,
want to
next
go to the
question.
next one? Yes.
Share a childhood memory that still makes you laugh out loud.
Okay, you want to start this one since I started the last one?
Yeah. So I guess almost it wouldn't be like a memory necessarily that I have personally, but it is a memory I have because my mom told me I did it when I was younger, I guess
Mm-hmm.
would be this thing. But I feel like I was pretty indestructible
Okay.
as a child. And there's actually a few reasons. But my mom told me like she was surprised that I actually made it to like be like 2 years old. And it wasn't just all my fault, but apparently when I first got home from the hospital, my brother smacked me over the head with his ukulele and broke it. He jumped off the couch with his cowboy boots, landed on my head. That's probably why it's shaped like a potato,
A lot of
right? So I
things
got all
are
this abuse.
making sense now. Go on.
Yeah, right. And one time she came out and heard me laughing like crazily, and he was jumping on my stomach on the couch, like full blown jumping.
Oh, these
Okay.
are concerning things.
Yo, listen, this probably I have no feeling at all in my body. And then one time I came upstairs, I crawled upstairs, and I was completely covered in blood. And my mom freaked out. And apparently, I broke like a vase downstairs and I was like playing in the glass and everything. And then, like, crawled upstairs and I was like all cut up. And I just like had no idea. I wasn't crying. I wasn't hurt. I was just like bleeding everywhere. Like that. I don't know. It's not, I guess that's kind of scary, not really funny. But that's about the craziest, funniest. Like, what was I doing? How come I didn't get hurt as a child?
You're
I mean, I might be a
indestructible.
superhero.
You were like Jack from
Yeah,
The Incredibles. That's that's wild.
I know. As Katie mentioned, to laugh out loud, the part is it makes me laugh out loud because it is wild. That's
Because
crazy
it
to me.
explains a lot now. That's why it's funny.
Yeah, that's probably why I don't have any brain damage.
Or
Yes,
or
yeah.
yeah, okay. I got you on that one.
That's
All
also,
right.
yeah. I probably did get all the brain damage. That's why probably nothing ever hurt.
Oh my god. Okay, well,
Okay, tell everybody a real funny
mine,
one.
a real funny one. Okay.
I mean, compared to
Um
mine, that obviously was not funny at all. Just crazy.
okay, can before I say my funny
Uh,
one, I actually Jen in the chat just made a really good point that I was thinking of. Can you say what you broke again?
the vase.
The vase? You
Yeah, the
broke a
vase.
vase? You broke a vase.
Listen, I came from a very well-established family. It was called a
Oh,
vase.
oh, very well established family that's letting the older brother jump on you with cowboy boots
We didn't know where the nanny was. Apparently,
and
I don't know.
hit a ukulele over your head and break it.
Yo, he was a terrible child. He was the devil reincarnated. I swear. He knocked my mom out one time with a paintbrush.
What is this? What?
Yeah,
I
he
feel like
was
I know
evil.
nothing about your brother, and then I'm finding out all this stuff now,
You
and
want to
I
know
don't
what's even
know.
crazier? He's a cop.
I don't.
He's actually a phenomenal cop. But yeah, he literally, like, you imagine a child that's still in a high chair, okay? That like has to have a high chair with a little
Yeah,
table in
I'm
front of him
imagining all these things. Yep.
with a roller paintbrush, like
Uh huh.
whacked my mom across the face when she got too close and knocked her out right in the
That's
eyeball.
insane.
Yeah,
That is. I'm so glad never have had
yeah,
a nanny,
that's
anyone
crazy.
like that.
That's so funny though.
Um.
Those are my funny childhood
Okay.
memories. Is abuse.
So, my funny childhood memory. She's Louise. Sounds like trauma. I feel like we're in therapy right now for you. My funny story I remember is when I was little. I was in trouble and I don't know what I was doing, but I did something bad. And my dad, I think I've told this story to you before, so you probably heard it, but my dad yelled at me and said, Abigail Michelle, get your butt back here, because I was walking away from him. And instead of listening, I just turned around and I just spit like as much as I could, just like at him. And I turned back around and started walking away as if like that was, as if I was going to get away with that. I don't know why I thought I could do that. I just spit at him. And then I heard him stand up and I started running as fast as I could because I
Did
realized like I
you
was
when
about to get my ass beat.
Yeah, when he stood up, did you hear his knees pop? Like, because obviously you turned your back on him, so you had to have heard the
Probably.
noise of like it's coming.
I think I probably heard my mom go like, and then I just like knew like run.
Yeah,
So that's, yep.
yo, that
Then
was
you know what? It explains a lot. And, I'm proud of little me for doing that. I stuck up for what I thought was right. So,
so. Did you like spit at him or more like at the ground at him?
well, it was like, I mean, it was directed to him, but he
Oh
was
yeah,
not in distance for it to have
the
actually hit him.
disrespect. Yeah,
So it was
I just
definitely, yeah.
imagine. Yeah, just imagine this little tiny Abby turning around, and being like, and then
Yeah.
like
and walking away, like full
And wait,
walking
how
away,
old were
thinking
you
I was
again?
like hot shit. I think I was like 5. Mm-hmm.
Dang,
I
dang.
really like walked away being like, that'll teach him.
Yeah.
And then I was like, and
I also
immediately
want
got
to know what
scared.
Jen in the chat is asking if it was like a loogie. Was it like a loogie or was it just like a little spit?
No, no, it was just like spit. I didn't, yeah,
Okay.
no loogies. But
Okay. You
yeah,
didn't
so
like
that's my,
talk back one and like.
no, I didn't work that hard for it. He didn't deserve that big of a,
Oh,
you
build
know,
up.
yeah,
I
yeah,
gotcha.
just a
Just a
little
little tiny
spit
girl
to
spit.
show him how I felt about it. Yeah, I
Makes
love that
sense.
you're doing all of the
Oh, the noises. I can only
examples.
imagine. Well, I mean, what does a
Okay.
5-year-old little child sound like when they spit?
Not that, I don't think. No, no, there's no sound effect with it.
Well, I can't.
It just,
Did you like
I don't
spit into
know.
a
I'm not
platoon?
like spitting seeds out. All
Ting.
right, we got to move on. I think we should
Okay, you're
move
not
on
a
at this
5-year-old
point.
baseball player. Okay,
Thank
fair enough.
you.
All right. If you weren't doing what you do now, what would be
Mm.
your wildly fun alternate dream career?
Can we like, I mean, it's obviously going to be unrealistic because we're not doing it now, right? Can I say something that's unreal, like that wouldn't happen? Like it would be like if I was good at
It'd
something
be
that
if
I'm
you
not good
could.
at.
Let's say it could. Yeah, yeah, it could
Okay.
be whatever you
In
want.
my dream world, if I could have any career, I'd probably be like a singer, like a performer, singer, like a
Like traveled
pop
the world and
star.
stuff.
Oh yeah.
See,
Mm-hmm.
I literally was thinking the exact same thing, but definitely more towards rock. Like in a
Mine would be
band.
more like pop. Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like
Yeah.
that would be lonely though?
No, I think I'd love it.
Okay. I feel like if you're in a, well, maybe not, because you do have all these people that surround you. But I feel like if I had bandmates that like I was with all the time that worked on music together, like I feel like that would be better than me just like being a solo artist and like see.
I
But
think a solo artist is better. I think the dynamic between bands gets too technical and you need to have
touche.
like a hierarchy like in the band.
That's why they always break up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Okay,
There
I'm going
needs to be
solo.
that one person on top. And that's me. That's what I want to be.
Um,
Wait, did you say
I
what
just
yours was the same answer?
I think it would be something music related. Like, and girls love guys that are like musically talented. Let's be honest. Like, look at John Mayer.
Oh,
I mean, this dude's been through Hollywood, so
yeah.
you know,
I get that. Okay. Well,
yeah.
that I
So, hey,
maybe
you know,
one day. Maybe we
maybe
could
one
be
day.
like a duet, like, you know,
So we're both solo
artists.
artists, but then we collaborate.
That might be better. Yeah.
Okay, I think that
Mm.
works. Okay. Ooh, this is a good one. Share a fashion choice from your past that you thought was cool, but now makes you cringe.
Mm.
I'm gonna have to find the photo, and I'm gonna have to post it on this episode. But I will start this
Okay.
off. So I definitely was a little kind of more on the emo side back in the day.
Oh,
If you guys
little
know what
emo
Jinkos are,
Rado.
oh yeah, big time.
What?
Have you ever heard of Jinko jeans?
What are Jinko jeans?
This is going to be an episode for everybody. I will bring it up. So Jinkos, JNCO, were the biggest pants. You maybe go look it up. You should look it up right now. They were the biggest pants that you could wear. They're like balloon pants, but that's not what I'm
I'm
talking
gonna look
about.
this up.
But
Wait,
this was
wait,
the
wait. Can you
error.
spell it again?
Yes, JNCO. It's like Jean Company, JNCO. Guys in chat,
Mm.
who knows what Jean Company is? They're super wide. They were like having umbrellas
Oh
on
my
your
God,
legs.
you wore those?
A lot of people wore them, but that wasn't the.
I asked only about you.
Oh, I wore them, but that was not. I did think those were cool, but here's where it got cringe.
Okay.
I really wanted spiky hair. See, in
Yeah.
chat, lady said she wore the Jinkos. They were the bee's knees. It's like Levi's. They were pretty big.
Okay.
So I wanted spikes, and I never, I didn't know how to make my hair stand up or do whatever. So I used to take these little tiny rubber bands, and I used to take little bits of my like hair, and I made
Mm-hmm.
tons of little spikes all over my head, and then I would use like Elmer's glue in my hair
No.
and hairspray to get it to
No.
stay for like days.
Did your
And
hair fall out?
no, but it was real crusty for sure. Like it was hard to
Ew,
get
I
all the glue
hate
out and
that.
everything.
I hate you calling your
Crusty.
hair crusty. That is
It
like
was pretty gross.
the worst way to describe
And I
that.
would use gel, and then like yeah, I had these little clear like little rubber bands, and there's spikes
Yeah,
everywhere.
uh-huh.
Here's the best part: I wore a
There's
visor,
more?
so my hair. Oh, I wore a visor so my hair would stay spiky, but I had a hat on. It's pretty
A
cringe. It was bad.
visor? What does that even mean?
Yeah, like a visor, like like that people when they golf, it's just here. There's no top, so you're wearing like a.
Yeah.
And then like my hair was like spiky with
How
rubber
is
bands,
that
and
even okay? How is any of that emo?
I had a necklace around me here that was like a choker. I had jinkos on, black shirts, long sleeve. Like
A visor is not emo.
visor was definitely not emo, but that definitely was part of my outfit when I wanted to wear a hat and still keep my spikes up.
Okay. A lot of
So yeah, that was my
concerning
cringe moment.
things. Okay. Well, for me, I guess. I mean, I was younger though too. I was like really I was probably like 12. I was really obsessed with what are those like black little like almost like braided like chokers, but they had like so I'd have it around my neck and then I had it on like my arms too, and then I think I had was that it? But I wore those like every day. Like I loved those so much. But it wasn't just the neck one, it was like the arm ones too.
So you were
And
emo also.
that was like my look.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
probably a little bit.
how did you get into the emo look being homeschooled?
Definitely probably it was probably for my brother. So I all my
Okay.
brother's like 4 years older than me, and I always hung out with him and his friends, and he like my brother's been in a band and was always in a band, and like all of his friends were always they were all into emo music,
Okay.
and that's how I got
That
into
makes
it. So
sense.
I was like 13 I think when I got into emo music and like fully listened to all of that, and um yeah, you
Katie,
know.
cue the heavy death metal for us.
There
No,
we go.
I was curious. I'm like, because obviously at some point you got to hang out with somebody, and if you're
Mm-hmm.
homeschooled, like who you're hanging out with. But now, were your brothers homeschooled also?
Yeah, we were all
Everybody
homeschooled.
was. They were
So
just
I
in a band.
guess they're in a band,
That
and
makes sense.
I don't know how he
Uh,
even started. I mean, I guess it was all through like church and stuff, like church friends and everything. So
so in the chat, Sierra was also saying that her brother was in a band and they played
oh,
screamo death metal. So did you, Sierra? Do you feel like that affected you? Did you dress relative to your brothers and stuff, or did you kind of have your own style? I want to know that question, and we'll answer in a second. Good. So we both emo. We both. I don't
we
regret
both
my
love
emo
emo.
phase, but there's some cringy things I did that definitely I could have. I'm like, ugh.
Do you remember the band Escape the Fate?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So I when like Ronnie Radke.
Yeah. That's my boy.
That was like when I was like 14, that was like my dream person like that I was like I love Ronnie Radke, like I wanted to marry him. And it's hilarious now though because I've for one Alex like knows him and has like worked with him and everything. He knows him from like Vegas and stuff, but I feel like Alex is like my own like version, like the fully like tatted like dark hair like
Rodney
emo
Radke.
boy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
I
see
got
that.
my own little
Now
emo
that you
boy.
mention it, you definitely got like a little version of Rodney Radke
I
without
love
the
those
face
like
tattoo.
he's got sideburn
Oh, the
tattoos,
little
but
guys.
yeah,
Yeah,
without the full. I love those like TikToks and stuff where it's like show your childhood crush and like who you ended up with, and I'm like it's pretty spot on to my childhood crush.
that's great. And Sierra in
Hmm.
chat said, no, not really. Although I did get to go to the Blink 182 concerts when I was
Ooh,
11. which I love that.
That's
That would be
awesome.
fun.
That's
I think any
amazing.
concerts, especially with bands that are, wildly popular, in general. Like, I don't even think if I got to go and I was a kid to any concert and I didn't even know the band, or if I did, I'd be pretty stoked about it for sure.
I agree. Do we move on to our next segment
Yes.
where you ask me the three questions and I have to
Yes.
decide if
Okay,
this is
guys.
real
So,
or
as you
not?
remember last time, the stories were a little crazy last time, as they should be. But this is called That Can't Be True. And it absolutely is. That one
That's
of
not what this is
these,
called.
oh, this can't be real. Sorry.
No,
What
that
did we do?
can't be real.
Oh, well, I wrote this. This is technical difficulties part two. No, yes, so that can't be real. So I've got three stories here. You guys can guess in chat which ones are real, which ones are not. Now, there's three short stories. Okay. One of them is not real. Two of them are.
You
Okay.
better you by the end of I wonder at what point you're going to get better at lying cuz I can tell you're lying.
You can't
It's a
tell.
little too easy right
No
now.
way you can
It's a little
tell.
too let's see at this point. I think
You had a
the
little bit of a
first week
struggle
I could
last time. I'm
tell.
not.
I did not have
Oh,
a bit of a
whatever.
struggle. I knew immediately.
I Okay.
But
Well, let's
chat,
see
I
if you
will
can tell
need
these
your
ones.
help. So, listen up. We
All
have
right,
three
guys.
stories.
Three quick stories. First one. New U.S. Army recruitment ad touts military as great alternative to starving on the streets. This is a crazy ad. So, in an effort to reach Americans, and this is actually recent. So, in an effort to reach Americans affected by growing income inequality and the soaring cost of food, the U.S. Army launched a new ad campaign this week that touts the military as a great alternative to starving on the streets. Food, sustenance, grub, chow, whatever you call it, we have it and you need it to survive. Actor Jonathan Majors says in his narration of the 90-second recruitment ad, which features close-up shots of the chewing, this is kind of gross, close-up shots of them chewing mouths of enlisted men and women with pieces of chicken on their tongues, occasionally visible as they grind and meat down with their teeth, and the word food flashes on the screen. You don't have, oh, then he goes, you don't have any, do you? But you know who does? We do, the U.S. Army. And this food could be yours too, if only you enlisted. That's,
That's the first one.
but here's the crazy thing there's a lot of homeless people. There's a lot
Yeah.
of homeless people.
I
And
live
you know
in
what I thought
LA.
of
I
when
would
I
know.
was, when I, if I thought to myself, if I was ever going to be homeless, like if it was bad, like, or if was not in a good place to be homeless, I would almost maybe go to jail, try to find a way to go to jail because you get free food, you're somewhere warm. Like, that's what I thought of.
I disagree with
You would
that.
rather just be out on the streets?
I wouldn't want to go to jail.
Not like prison, but like, county jail. Give me a sandwich. Give me like some blankets.
I don't think it's worth it to get I would get it some other way. I would
Oh,
not
okay. All right.
I
Story
wouldn't.
two. I don't know. I'd do it.
Okay, so
All
that's
right.
story number 1.
Yeah. All right. There's a guy. His name is Mitchell Lotito. He is dead now. This was back in the day. I think he was born in like 1950 or something like that. But before I get into this incredible feat itself with this guy, I should probably give you a little context about him. Okay.
Okay.
So buckle up because here's Lotito's extraordinary life. So he was born in Grenoble, France in 1950. From the age of 9, he developed an unusual tolerance for eating generally indigestible objects. He would eat things like glass, metal, nothing that you could really digest. And according to the story, the legend, the first bout of unusual eating came at a very young age. He started eating glass when he was young. He was drinking the glass that was shattered. He began chewing on fragments. Um,
Christ.
This is crazy, right?
Yeah.
And nobody could really say why. And then the doctors looked at him. There was like a whole bunch of reasons. The story was super long on why they found out that he could do this, things with his stomach lining, all this stuff. But his unique, obviously, condition is known as pica. This gave Mitchell a taste for unusual, non-nutritious, true nutritious items. So
Okay.
through all of this, this is crazy. By getting some of these metal objects down, he would break them in pieces, but then he would drink oil. He would lubricate his throat with mineral oil so he could get them down. So over the course of his life, you want to know what he's eaten?
Let's hear it. Besides
Okay.
glass.
18 bicycles, 7 TV sets,
Wait. Bicycles?
full blown. Oh,
Like
wait, there's more.
whole, like
Whole
all the
ass
parts?
bicycles, 2 wheels, pedals, bicycle.
What? 18 of a whole ass bicycle.
This is through his entire life. 18 whole ass bicycles, 7 TV sets, 2 beds, 15 supermarket trolleys. We call them carts now. It's funny that they call them supermarket trolleys. A computer,
Okay.
a coffin with the handle and all, a pair of skis, 6 chandeliers, and then you want to know what his craziest pinnacle was that took him 2 years to eat? In 1978, he ate an entire Cessna 150 airplane. From
I hate this story.
1978, he ate it piece by piece. It took him 2 years, and he finally, in 1980, he emerged from the epic battle of man versus flying machine, and he ate a whole ass airplane. Forget the fucking bicycles. He ate an
I
airplane.
hate this story.
Do you know which one I'm lying about yet? Okay, number 3. Guys, I don't know how you all are. I don't know how he digested it in chat. Guys, I don't know. Okay. He drank mineral oil. All right. Story 3. Truffles from nuclear fallout are making boars radioactive. So, and this is today. Again, this is still recent. So essentially, scientists have finally determined why wild boars in Germany are still showing signs of being radioactive. And it has to do with their diet, in addition to after effects from the nuclear weapon testing and Chernobyl disaster. Okay. So a large
Mm-hmm.
area in Europe, including Bavaria, Bavaria in southwestern Germany, was affected by nuclear fallout after Ukraine power plant. We all know about it. It's 40 years ago. Here's what's
We
crazy
all
is
know about it?
people don't know about Chernobyl.
Oh. I thought you. Okay, go on. I
Okay, yeah.
misheard.
So we know about Chernobyl, right? Happened a long time ago.
Yes.
Huge nuclear disaster, a lot of radioactiveness going on. Still tons of radioactiveness. But as like time has gone on, like a lot of the animals, things like that were kind of radioactive. I mean, they have generation and generation radioactiveness kind of goes away, except for these boars. These boars continue to be super radioactive, I guess. So elements from the reactor, I don't know what these elements actually are, but these are things that are radioactive, was cesium 137. So it actually can survive decades. And a half-life of this radioactiveness is 30 years, which seems like a long ass time, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, the cesium 135 half-life span is 2.3 million years. That's a long ass time. Anyways, so these boars, here's what they figured out, that these boars are super radioactive still because they are literally eating these fungi like mushrooms and deer truffles because they've been growing out of the ground and the ground is still radioactive. So when they eat these, they're like poisoning themselves but are surviving. So these boars are like super radioactive, and that's what they figured it out. So that's story number 3. You had zero clue, Katie, what I was talking about? We're talking about radioactive pigs. All right,
So
chat, you
far,
can try and help
my
her. What
so far
story?
my first initial guess is that number 3 is the lie, but chat, I need help.
You heard 5 stories in one. It almost is a
He
bunch of
called
stories.
them
So,
boars, Katie.
yeah, they're boars.
That's how he. I know that's what that I think. Here's the thing: all these stories are insane, but I feel like I see. I sorry, I was reading the chat and got distracted. They're all insane stories, but
Yes.
I just go off of you, and
I played it off well this time. And again, chat,
I
let's
think it's
recap the
number
three quick
3.
stories. Story 3, radioactive boars. Story 2, the man who ate an airplane. And story number 1, the new Army recruitment ads that have been coming out about joining the Army for food and shelter and all that stuff.
Here's the thing. I don't know how this is my order, but like I think number 3 is a lie, and if it's not, then it would be number 1, and then if not, it's number 2. But that's my order of like it's 3, 1, 2 would be
Okay.
what's. But yeah,
Okay. Well,
I'm voting 3, so that's my final
okay.
answer.
Congratulations. You're absolutely wrong. The first one is, I mean, come on, the Army making ads to come eat food and they're like eating. That was a good fake, though.
Oh, it was. One is a lie?
Number 1 is the lie. Yes. So pigs
Dang.
are being super radioactive, and that
That's
dude ate
wild.
all of that shit through his life, and a whole ass airplane.
That's insane. And like I don't know how that's not the lie, but that's insane.
That's crazy, right? Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, for everybody that I fooled, see, she thought
Good
this week
job.
we
Good job.
win.
You won
Last week
this
she beat
week.
us. Yes, we're winning. Okay, so as everybody knows, these are some of the funnest parts that we get into. It's called red flag, green flag.
Ooh, I love
And
this
here's
one.
what's nice is I did find some questions that also had polls attached to them. So it'll be interesting to see what, and this is like out of 100,000 people that were asked all these questions and who thought red flag or green flag. So it's very interesting because a couple I saw, it's interesting. So we'll start with number 1. And we'll start with the lovely Abby. So, red flag or green flag, giving small gifts early on while in the dating stages.
I'm gonna give that a green flag. I like that.
You like getting small gifts?
I
And
love
Katie, if you want to
gifts.
do a poll, smiley face or sad face, green flag, red flag, or they can put them in there, that's fine. We would love to see in chat what you guys think. Whether, again, it's a green flag or red flag, or Katie does want to do a smiley face for a poll or a sad face. Either way, we can see them and it will help us. So we are getting a lot of green
Yes.
flags. I would also agree. I think a green flag as well. I like getting little gifts. They don't offend me. If anybody remembers the lives that I did with Jason, he absolutely thinks it's a red flag. He's do not gift
Oh.
him anything. He like will break up with somebody if they start giving him gifts right away.
I think Jen in the chats is saying a good point that it depends on the love
Sorry, Katie.
language, and I agree with that.
Okay.
I think that some people can find it as a red flag. Personally, I think it's a green flag, and I also think even so it's their love language, so it's a nice gesture.
Yeah.
So I think it's a green flag.
All
And
right.
it's just
And I
like
agree.
it's just like people show ways that they care, in different ways. It's not like saying
Yeah.
it's not anything that serious. I don't think it
And
has to be.
nothing wrong with small gifts, right? Like
Yeah.
small gifts are great. Like maybe somebody saw something they liked, a shirt or something or whatever. So yeah, poll 85% green, 15% found it as red. Most
Green.
majority agree. Okay. Calling you mine. This was a little tricky.
That is tricky.
And I think it
Hmm.
also can depend on when you're calling somebody yours, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Like if you were to get, like, let's say again early on stage in the relationship where you just start, okay, the gifts same time frame, real early, let's say maybe under 3 months, around 3 months, and I was like, I'm so glad you're mine, or you're mine, or saying to people, if somebody came up to you and was like, yeah, she's mine.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a really hard one for me because I think I would have to like I think if it was someone that I was really interested in and was like in the beginning and like really liked and they did that and they did it in like more subtle ways or like saying like trying to be cute then maybe, but like I just picture like I don't know, nothing like embarrassing like in public being like mine. Like I don't like that. I don't like being like embarrassed like that. So I feel like it depends on the situation. I
Yeah,
don't
in
know.
chat
I don't think I
we're
go
getting
on.
67% red flag. Um, I personally, I think for men and women, it depends. It's a little bit of a red flag for me. Like, I guess also like
Yeah.
how you say it. Like, if some girl, I guess there's context, but if like a girl was like, "Oh, I'm so glad you're mine," like, oh, okay. But if she was like, "You're mine," like
Okay.
all
Well, if
weird.
anyone says anything like
Okay,
that,
okay,
then
yeah,
yeah,
okay.
that's 100%. All
So
right.
yeah,
Next,
okay,
next
60,
one.
yeah, 67%. The poll, 38% green, 62% red. So chat's pretty much online with everybody else. Abby will fall in love with you if you are possessive and say you're mine. She likes that shit. So
Okay. All right,
uh
whatever. I will fall in love if you say you're mine and buy me diamonds the first week. That's fine. I
okay.
can work with that.
Okay, touche. That makes a lot of sense. All right. Third is introducing you to their friends within the first 6 months of dating. I'll start. Yeah, why not? 6 months.
That's a big green flag.
Yeah,
Like
like
what?
yeah,
I
absolutely
would
should.
if I think it's a red flag if it's been 6 months and you haven't met any of their friends.
I would agree. I absolutely 100% am like, yo, it's 6 months. I don't know anybody you know.
Like what are
Like,
you hiding?
yeah, like either people really hate you or you're married or something. Like you're in
Oh,
four
that's such
different
a good point.
relationships. Like, yeah, like why
Mm-hmm.
are you not like introducing? We're getting a lot of green flags here. Let's look at what chat says. 100% right now, green flags.
Yeah.
I would agree, and a lot of people do as well. 90, almost 90% agreed. That's a green flag.
Mm-hmm.
11% is red. Um, Consistently seeing a therapist. Green flag or red flag?
I think taking care of your mental health is a good positive thing. So I think that's a green flag. I don't think it's the seeing the therapist part that's like a red flag. I guess it would be I don't know, it's this is like a hard subject to talk on. I guess it would be if whatever they're seeing the therapist for is negatively affecting your relationship. But like seeing a therapist, I think that's great and a good thing that you're taking care of your mental health and it shows that you're taking initiative to take care of things. So I think that's a green flag.
I agree. Being somebody that has recently discovered what therapy is all about this last year, there's always kind of a stigma around it. And after actually like being part of it and seeing the help that it does in general, big green flag. It actually would probably give me a bigger green flag. I would feel like you're on your way to, being able to mentally handle tough things in your life because you're learning and experiencing and having, subjective conversations with your therapist. And so, big green flag for me. Let's see what
Mm-hmm.
chat says. Chat, 100% green flags. Very high on this. 70% green
Yeah.
for the poll, 30% red. I'm sure depending on how people saw it, Abby brought up a good point. Maybe if you're not seeing the right therapist and essentially
I
maybe you're using it like as a weapon, like I could see people sometimes using therapy like
I'd
in a
be
negative
interested
way.
to see the statistics of like the ages of the people that said green
Oh,
flag and the
sure.
ages and the people's ages said red flag because I feel like older people would probably say red flag because I think there was such like a negative like thing about it for so long and I think younger generations and people are seeing the positive effects of it. So I think that's an interesting point if
Yeah, I
we were
was
able
about
to see
to.
that.
I for a second I thought you were saying that like the older generation or people that are older use therapy more, but you're not saying that. You're saying they're
No,
against it. I was gonna say it's because
I
they've been
think
through some
so.
shit. That's why they need the help. But right, it was always kind of a stigma, but I think again is where we are. So I love it. Perfect. Do you want to do these last two? Might as well. Let's do them.
Uh, let's just do one more maybe.
Okay. All right. So here's one. This is interesting. Last one is making a point to plan all your dates.
Like the other person has
Yeah,
to
it
plan
says
all the
this is what
dates,
we're doing.
or
Like, yeah, this the other person is like, this is what we're doing. Like they're making it a point that they are planning all the dates.
hmm. Wait,
I
I'm
think this could go
confused on
either
this
way.
question. I'm
So let
confused
me
on this
ask, do you
question.
like it when Alex
Hmm.
decides what you guys are going to do, or do you like when he asks you what you want to do?
I see. Okay. I thought you were okay. I get it. So you're saying when the person just makes plans for you.
Yeah, it's essentially like they like, yeah, we're gonna do this Saturday and Sunday. We're going here on this time this week. I made reservations for
Well,
us this.
yeah, I mean, I like when he takes like initiative to like plan fun things out, but like if he was telling me that like just telling me what we were doing, I'd be like, but also Alex and I have a shared calendar, so we always before asking to go or do anything, we always look at each other's like calendar and then I'll be like, "Oh, on Sunday, can you like do you want to do this?" But if, you know. Oh, I guess that's a good point.
Yeah,
Oh, Jen's asking about it, like, is this early on in the relationship or?
I would just say in general, you know, in the relationship. So I see the poll here, and I'll tell you guys what it is. So chat. 75% said red flag, 25% said green flag. On this poll, the 100,000 people poll, 41% saw it as green and 59% saw it as red. There's kind of that balance. And I think it does depend, right? Like, I know people that love when people take initiative to plan and do things. So if you're planning
I do
dates,
love that.
great. Yes. I think if you're the type of person that are just like, this is what we're going to do, period. Like that we're doing this and blah, blah, blah. Making it a point in that aspect, red flag. Like I would want somebody to be
Agreed.
like, I want them to take initiative and do things, but obviously at the same time, like it would be followed after making sure you're okay having plans of this weekend and then going like, okay, Saturday's good for you. We are going to do this, that kind of aspect. So
Yeah.
but if it was
Agreed.
controlling in a way, red flag.
I like it.
Okay. So, kind of the last part of this wonderful podcast that we have here and wrapping up the hour is where we will actually take some questions that maybe we didn't answer from you guys on TikTok. Now, we like this to be a TikTok quick fire as fast as we actually can to answer yes or no questions or any general question. But we also know people are typing these out. So as you were listening to me talk about this, get your questions ready. Think of something. It doesn't have to be super serious. It can be whatever. And we will try to answer a few of these questions before ending the
I
wonderful
will
podcast.
try not to overthink, but I feel like I read these questions and I overthink and want to like explain. But I'm gonna try my best to just
There we
stay
go.
in. Just breathe
Night
said
owl.
stay in or go out. I say stay in.
Okay, I'm fine
What?
staying in. Katie's before that was early bird
Mm.
or night owl. I'm a night owl.
Oh, I'm an early bird.
Okay, way different.
What
Even though I'm up
next?
early all the time. New Year resolution. I'm going to go with what everybody wants and lose weight. On top of that, I want to hit some goals for certain business ideas and ventures
My
I
New
have.
Year's resolutions are always health related. So,
Perfect.
yeah. Those are some good
Okay.
those are some
I
good
felt like
quick
they were coming super
questions.
quick there, and I was trying to answer them,
Everyone
but
asked all at once.
I know it was good. Now that can give me some time. Yes, definitely night owl. I've got to like I'm up. I don't want to wait for my next day. And
Ooh,
then
yeah.
yeah, I mean
I'm
you
opposite. I need to be in bed by
yeah.
9 p.m. I'm a grandma. I want my cats in bed. Oh, next question. Favorite TV show right now is I'm gonna overthink it. I'm gonna say Suits, morning show. Yeah, those are probably my two top right now. Suits and morning show.
I still, even though I've watched them, is definitely Righteous Gemstones is definitely a
Oh,
top
I
favorite.
love that one.
It's so
That's a
good.
top favorite too. You're
And
right.
then I've actually been watching like a bunch of like anime shows. I can't remember the name of all of them, but I've been in some really good ones. Suits is good also.
Yeah.
Plans or surprises? I like
Plans.
I like surprises. See, I'm the type of person
Planet.
that if you're like, "Hey, we're doing this, mother effer," like, and you're telling me what I'm okay with it. Like, sure, let's go. I'm fine.
I need a
Spontaneous.
plan. I need to know what I'm doing
Hell,
at
just
all times of the day.
send me out with a backpack. I'll figure it out. It's fine. I mean,
Heck
my
no.
work life is planned like 15 minutes a day. Like all of that is planned. Like hanging out, doing spontaneous things. Don't need a plan.
I
Surprise
just
me.
told you that I told Rado earlier that one of my hobbies is like going home and meal prepping because I'm like planning for my next day. So it's always
Yeah.
plans.
Dang. Katie in chat is hitting us with a real deep one. Proudest moment?
I think my proudest moment, this might sound silly, but is when I moved to LA. I was very proud of myself. I had so many people telling me not to move to LA and told me that I would not make it and make it, whatever that even means in LA. So I was very proud that I did it, and I'm the happiest I've ever been. So that's my proud moment.
That's a great proudest moment. That one's like just super hard for me. I mean, if proudest moment, having my son, boom, easy, done. I mean, as far
Hmm.
as proudest moment in my life for that, but I've got a lot of proud moments that I can't think of any right now. That's the go-to for sure.
Yeah. Ooh,
Um,
this is a good one. It says time machine or magic wand. Magic wand.
Definitely magic wand because
I
like
like
going
that.
back in time or back and forth, like, it'd be cool, but I want give
That
me magic
sounds
wand.
scary. You could mess things up. Don't
Yeah,
we all know that? I guess if I was like unhappy with my life right now, maybe I would say time machine, but I'm very happy and I want a magic wand.
I
All
magic
right.
wand all day.
You want should we answer two more questions?
Yeah,
If
we'll
we
take
can
two more
get two
questions.
more.
Avada
I'm proud of this video.
Kedavra. See, I know the Harry Potter stuff.
Okay. Okay.
Android.
This is a great question from Gabby in the chat. Apple or Android? Katie, can we do a poll on this? Because I'm going to say Apple.
We don't have enough time for that, Katie. Don't worry, it's Android. We got it. So this is speed
No,
round, by the
let's
way.
take a
Remember?
poll.
Second one, words or actions? Definitely actions, because we're gonna end. Da-da-da-da. Katie, hit the music. See,
Wait, we
she
still
didn't.
got to
There's
wait
no
for the
poll. There's
Apple
no
or
poll.
Android poll. Don't worry. Don't worry. No, no, no.
Are you
It's
gonna
okay.
be
We
sad if
have
the Android?
time.
All right, Katie, run it. Are you gonna be sad if Android wins out over Apple? Never mind. I can already see what's happening in chat right now.
You're getting eaten alive, buddy.
Listen,
Yeah, I would just like to point out my screen looks beautiful.
my screen is totally fine. I'm
You
just
couldn't
further
even
away.
zoom in.
You can't do
You're a
it either.
little
That's a TikTok thing. Listen,
blurry. Vote, 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 everybody. Android or Apple?
let's see what's happening in chat.
Let's see what's happening.
Oh, we got a 50-50 split. Where's my Android people at? You guys are getting free stuff.
Oh wow. We have 14 people in here, so we're missing 2 votes.
We've got
Everybody.
6. Listen, if it doesn't end in a tiebreaker here with these 6 votes, we're going to be stuck here the rest of our lives.
There's no way.
It's a 50-50. There's 7 seconds
Someone's
left.
waiting to
We're
the
going to
end.
end in a 50-50
No.
tie. It's a tie.
Absolutely not.
Let us know when you guys see this video, whether it's YouTube or wherever you can comment, just drop it. Let us know, Apple or Android, and we will definitely find who the winner is at some point. It's going to be Android.
Oh, it's not a tie. Oh
It
my
shows a
God.
tie.
That is true. No, Katie can't vote because she started it.
Doesn't
And
matter.
she votes Apple.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
We win, everybody.
Doesn't matter.
That is the end of our episode. There we go.
Katie, cue the music. Da-da-da. I don't know what our music's going to be. Anyways, guys.
That's not going to be our music, by the way.
What should our music be? You want some heavy metal?
Not that. Oh, see, we have another Apple vote. There we go. I'm sorry, Rado.
Listen, you know what this is reminding me of right now? The votes are in. It's over. You can't be bringing this stuff in after the fact. Okay? And we're just going to leave it at that. It ended in a tie. The poll's closed. I'm sorry, guys. Anyways.
Stupid. That's not true. Thank you, everyone, for our second episode, for being here.
And we will see
love
you
you
guys
all so much.
Next Thursday at 6:30
Next Thursday.
p.m.
Pacific Standard Time. We'll be here.
We'll be here.